Hey, Leanne here, and today I wanted to just share with you a little bit of insight about your failures. Now, why would I want you to focus on your failures, you might be thinking? Well, what I've noticed with the women that I work with in terms of going from this, short-term fix mentality to this lifelong transformation mentality, it's really important that in between they understand why what hasn't worked in the past hasn't worked. And if you're anything like me and struggling overcoming that whole perfectionism thing, right? It's really important that you're able to understand why something didn't work, but without shame, blame, guilt, comparison, and in fact, just learn from it and use it as valuable recon so that you don't go through those same missteps again. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 10 reasons why most systems or plans or programs or thought processes fail so that you can finally understand your failures, your struggles, what hasn't worked, so that you can hopefully create a winning game plan in the future. So let's dive in. Number one, there is no system. If you don't have a system that you can count on and that you can predict and respond and know what is expected of you, it's going to be a recipe for disaster. Number two, it's too complex to understand. If you are confused and bogged down by all the moving parts and all the puzzle pieces, you are most likely going to feel scattered, overwhelmed, and struggle to put it all together. Number three, unclear intent for the steps. I'm one of those people that I don't necessarily like to do things for the sake of doing them. And if I don't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, there's probably a good chance that my inner lazy gal is gonna say, I could probably skip over that step. So if there's unclear intent for each of the steps, you're probably gonna feel a little bit confused or not totally in it, not completely committed. Number four, the steps change too quickly or too frequently. Again, if you're constantly having to switch things up and keep up with the next piece of the puzzle, you're gonna feel overwhelmed, confused. You wanna make sure that your journey is easy, and if the steps are changing too quickly or too frequently, that doesn't give your brain upstairs the ability to predict and respond in the fashion that it really likes to. Number five, lack of belief in the steps. If you're looking at the steps and saying, I don't really get this, let alone even think it makes sense or that it's gonna work, or you don't believe that it's gonna be, fruitful for you in your journey, there's a good chance that you're not gonna be all in. Number six, lack of belief in the outcome. If what you're hoping to achieve doesn't even feel realistic or possible, again, you're not gonna have that full buy-in. You might be having the never gonna bitches in your mind saying, it's not gonna work anyways, or why am I even possibly doing this? Why would you wanna put all of your effort and energy into something that you don't even believe that the outcome is possible? Number seven, wrong timing. Timing is everything. And if you are already overstretched, overstuffed, overwhelmed, putting something else into the mix might just be a recipe for disaster and add to the overwhelm. So make sure that your timing's right before you begin any new venture or program. Number eight, you're not ready for the next step or the next phase or for coaching or input around it. Sometimes I'm just not in the right place to receive new information or input from somebody else. I know when I am being uncoachable, right? So it's really important that you understand yourself and don't commit yourself to something when you're simply not ready for it, when you don't have any more room, or when you're not ready to receive that help that you're looking for. Number nine, you're committed to another system. If you're already committed to another system, there's a good chance that you're gonna be confused or conflicted and pulled in different directions. Or that cognitive dissonance will show up in your life as in, I'm doing this, but I feel like I should be doing that, or I'm supposed to be doing something else. So give yourself the gift of only committing yourself to one thing so that you can really put your all into it. And number 10, you don't want it to succeed. If you absolutely hate what it is that you're committing to, you're gonna be forcing yourself, convincing yourself, persuading yourself every step of the way. So not only will you be incorporating this into your life with resistance, but you're gonna be feeling like crap along the way. And I guarantee you that voice inside your head is probably gonna be saying, I don't wanna get good at this. I don't wanna get good at making this fit into my life because I don't like it. I don't want to live this way. Even if it's not a conscious voice, there's gonna be that voice in the back of your head pulling you out when you're trying to get in the zone. So keep that in mind. If you hate the plan, if it doesn't allow you to enjoy your experience of life, chances are it is a losing game. Okay, so those are the top 10 reasons that I believe most systems fail. So why should you care about this? Why am I harping on failures, right? Okay, here's what I want you to take away from all of this. You are probably going to fail again in your life. But if you can understand why things aren't working, maybe you can go in it with more compassion and understanding for yourself. AKA not having all those bitches on your shoulder, the shame, the blame, the guilt, the comparison that pulls you out of the zone, makes you feel even worse about the situation. So what if you could take all of your failures from the past and make them learning experiences so that you can go set yourself up for a winning game in the future? That's what I want you to take away from this video. So keep this in mind, because you're gonna keep trying new things. You're going to keep setting goals and setting that bar even higher. But if you can understand why things didn't work and how to set yourself up for a winning game in the future, every single time you go, you're gonna get closer and closer to the end. So my lawn guy is telling me that it is time to end this video. So I hope you had some great realizations about your self-proclaimed failures. And if I can leave anything with you in this video, it would be keep failing, because it means you're trying something. It means you're reaching for something. And I, for one, support that. So this is Leanne signing out, and I'll see you soon.